Good morning. Am I audible? Unmute yourself and
Yes,
let me
sir.
know. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday we have started with the kinematic of particles and we have finished the introduction. We have finished what is displacement, what is the distance travel, how to calculate the distance travel in any interval of time. Then I told you about the velocity, first average velocity, then what is the instantaneous velocity, it is the rate of change of displacement. What is meant by speed here and how to calculate the speed. It is the total distance upon total time. Here. Now the last one is the first average acceleration. Okay. Suppose one particle is moving along the straight line at any instant of time t1. Here let the velocity is v. And at any time t1 or at any time t, the velocity is v, and at any time t plus delta t, the velocity is v plus delta v. It means that in this interval of time of delta t, the change in velocity is delta v. Yeah. So this change in velocity per unit time, or the change in velocity upon the change in time, here in this interval of time, here this gives you the average acceleration. It is known as the average acceleration. Okay, so you can write down the average acceleration equal to the change in velocity upon change in time. Here, or this can be written as average acceleration is equal to the final velocity minus initial velocity upon final time minus initial time. Here you will get the average acceleration. And when this time interval is very small and approaches to 0, here this point will coincide with this here, and then this average acceleration can be written as, here it is the limit of here delta v upon delta t when delta t approaches to 0 here, and this is known as the instantaneous acceleration because this delta t approaches to 0 here, that becomes the instantaneous acceleration here. So this acceleration can be written as it is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Here it is the instantaneous acceleration, or simply we can say that it is the acceleration here. So acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time, and average acceleration is the change in velocity upon change in time. Here, if you know any equation of velocity, here then by differentiating that equation we can get the equation of acceleration, and with the help of that equation of acceleration we can calculate the acceleration of the particle here at any time during that motion. Okay, now this is about the acceleration. Now the thing is that acceleration is a vector quantity which is having the magnitude as well as direction. Okay, here the magnitude of the acceleration is the rate at which the velocity is changing. The unit of the acceleration is meter per second square. Okay, here so I am going to split it as a meter per second per second. It is the rate at which the velocity is changing. For example, the acceleration is 5 meters per second square. It means that here during that motion, here the velocity is changing at the rate of 5 meters per second every second or per second. Here that is known as the acceleration. It is the rate at which the velocity is changing. That rate is known as the acceleration. Understood? Here this is the magnitude of the acceleration. Now what about the direction of the acceleration? Yeah, can anybody tell me what is the direction of acceleration? Generalize. What is the direction of acceleration vector? Anybody unmute yourself and tell me. I'm not teaching anything new. You already studied it at your junior college level. Omkar.
Yes, sir.
Tell me. What is the direction of the acceleration vector? What is the direction of acceleration vector? Anybody else? Anybody else? What is the direction of the acceleration vector? या किसी को पता नहीं है acceleration vector का direction क्या रहता है? Okay. In a class of 60 students, nobody is able to tell what is the direction of the acceleration vector.
Sir, it will depend upon the speed. If it is Like if it's fast, then the acceleration will be positive, and if it's getting slow, then the acceleration will be negative.
Again, that is about the magnitude only.
The
What is the
direction of
in the direction
actual
of
velocity.
velocity? Okay, anybody else? Listen to me. Direction acceleration is not in the direction of the velocity, or at the most you can say that the acceleration is in the direction of change in velocity. It is in the direction of change in velocity, that you can say. Okay, but not in the direction of velocity. Here, to be more precise, here by taking the consideration of Newton's second law. Here, the expression of the Newton's second law is F equal to ma. In vector form can be written as F bar equal to m into a bar. Therefore, this acceleration is a function of the unbalanced force acting on a particle. Here, whenever any unbalanced force acts on a particle, this unbalanced force is always responsible to produce certain acceleration. Here, and the direction of this acceleration is always in the direction of unbalanced force. Okay, here during the motion, what is the direction of acceleration? The direction of acceleration is always in the direction of unbalanced force. Okay, here, so whenever I'll ask you what is the direction of acceleration, just remember it is in the direction of unbalanced force. Here, I'll give you the example. Here, for example, yesterday we have discussed about, somebody said me about the projectile motion. Yeah, in projectile motion, when the particle is thrown, yeah, this is the path traced by the particle. Yeah. I also yesterday I told you that the direction of the velocity. So when this particle is at this position during this motion, projectile motion, the velocity is tangential to the path and in the direction of motion, consistent with the motion. So this is the direction of velocity vector at this instant. Am I right? ये समझ में आया क्या? Here, now if it is a projectile motion, so at this instant of time t, here what will be the direction of acceleration? प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन में एक्सेलरेशन किधर रहता है?
नीचे रहता है सर.
नीचे रहता है. Here it is vertically downward. Am I right? Here, so during the projectile motion, the acceleration vector is always vertically downward. Now, why the acceleration vector is always vertically downward? Why not in the direction of this velocity? The reason is that, हाँ बोलो.
Because of gravity.
Because of gravity, but why not in this direction, like this or like this? Yeah. So that's what I'm telling to you. In projectile motion is a motion here in which the particle is moving only under the action of gravity. Yeah. Once it is thrown in the space with some initial velocity, here, after that, the particle is moving just because of that initial velocity imparted to that particle. But during that motion, here, only gravitational force acts on that particle. We are ignoring the air resistance also in projectile motion. Here, means अगर ये motion में अगर ये particle का आप free body diagram draw करते हैं, simplified figure draw करते हैं, ये particle का जो throw किया ball है suppose here, so for this ball here at any position इससे कितने forces act हो रहे in projectile motion? How many forces are acting on that particle during that projectile motion? So if we ignore the air resistance there, it is moving only under the action of gravitational force. That is the weight. Here, this is the only force acting on that particle during the motion at any time, and which is always vertically downward, whether the particle is moving upward or downward. Okay. Here, now since this weight is the only force acting on that particle which is always vertically downward, so this becomes the unbalanced force acting on this particle. Here, and I told you that according to the Newton's second law, that unbalanced force is always responsible to produce certain acceleration. Here, and this acceleration is always in the direction of this unbalanced force. Here, so during the projectile motion, since the unbalanced force acts vertically downward, here, which is the gravitational force, here, so इसकी वजह से जो acceleration produce होगा, that will also always vertically downward, and since this acceleration is produced because of the gravitational force, that's why it is known as the acceleration due to gravity, which is always vertically downward. Understood? Clear? So what is the direction of the acceleration vector? I'm talking about the resultant acceleration vector. So the direction of the resultant acceleration vector is always in the direction of unbalanced force acting on the particle. Have you understood this? Any doubt? Here, so direct acceleration का direction किधर रहता है? It is always in the direction of unbalanced force. In projectile motion, ये unbalanced force downward है, इसलिए acceleration भी downward रहेगा. Okay, clear? Then in translational motion, suppose this is the particle is moving along the straight line. Here, this is the direction of the velocity vector. Okay. Now, in case of a translational motion, since the particle is moving along the straight line, it means that the unbalanced force will also be in this direction, because the particle always moving in the direction of the unbalanced force. Here, so agar unbalanced force here direction में है, तो particle will move in this direction. And if the particle move in this direction, here then this acceleration vector will also be in the same direction. Understood? Here, so in rectilinear motion, here remember that the acceleration is always in the direction of motion. Here, or it is along the velocity. Here, it may be towards right, it may be towards left, depends. Here, since the acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Here, in this case, if the final velocity is greater than initial velocity, means the velocity of the particle increases with time. If the velocity of the particle increases with time, if the final velocity is greater than initial velocity, here, then in this case the acceleration will be positive. Here, if the final velocity is greater than initial velocity, if the velocity of the particle increases with time, here then that acceleration is considered as positive. If the velocity of the particle decreases with time, here if the final velocity is less than initial velocity, for example when we brake the vehicle, here हम लोग जब ब्रेक लगाते हैं तो क्या होता है? Here the final velocity is less than initial velocity, and जब ब्रेक लगाते हैं तो वो तो frictional force रहता है. Here it is actually opposite to the direction of motion. Here, so in that case also this acceleration, when the velocity is decreasing, the acceleration can be considered as negative. Okay, here now you can say that the acceleration is negative, or in that case the acceleration vector is opposite to the direction of velocity vector. Here it means that when the velocity increases with time, the velocity vector and acceleration vector both are in the same direction. I am talking about the rectilinear motion. Here, when velocity decreases with time, here then the acceleration vector will be opposite to the direction of velocity vector. Here, this is the case of deceleration. Here, that negative acceleration is also known as the deceleration. Here, this is the case of deceleration. This is the case of acceleration. Here, this is a positive acceleration. This is a negative acceleration. Here, but when you show the correct direction, the magnitude will be always positive. Here, with this direction, you can't see it as a negative acceleration. अगर ये डायरेक्शन अपोजिट है, अगर करेक्ट डायरेक्शन दिखाया है तो मैग्नीट्यूड पॉजिटिव है. Here, and positive magnitude doesn't mean that it is a positive acceleration, it is a case of acceleration. Okay, depending on the direction. If the direction is opposite to the direction of velocity, it is a case of deceleration. Because if I change the direction of this acceleration vector through 180 degree, here the direction becomes towards right, but in that case the magnitude becomes minus a. तो ये दिखाने का क्या और ये एक्सेलरेशन दिखाने का, both are having the same meaning. Okay, here so negative acceleration means the velocity decreases, positive acceleration means velocity increases. Here, and if the acceleration is zero, here it means that the rate at which the velocity is increasing, here that rate is zero. Here velocity will be there, लेकिन उसका जो change होने का rate है वो rate zero हो गया. Here, that's why acceleration is zero. Here, so what will happen if the acceleration is zero? What will happen with the velocity?
Velocity will be constant.
Velocity will remain constant. Here, the rate of change of velocity will be zero. Here, but the velocity will be constant. Okay. Samir. A equal to 0 for V equal to constant. Here or vice versa. But reverse is not true. If A is constant, doesn't mean that the velocity is zero. Okay. Acceleration is constant. Suppose the particle is moving with an acceleration of 5 meters per second square. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि velocity zero रहेगा. Acceleration constant मतलब the rate at which the velocity is increasing, that rate is constant. Here velocity is changing at the rate of 5 meters per second. Means at t equal to 5 seconds, if the velocity is 10, here, and at t equal to 6, the velocity becomes 15. At t equal to 7, the velocity becomes 20. Means for every second, how much is the change in velocity? 5 meters per second. Per second. So here the acceleration becomes 5 meters per second square. Here, so if the acceleration is constant, means the velocity is going to change here, and the rate at which that velocity is changing, that rate is constant. Here, that is known as a positive acceleration. Here, so I hope that all of these basic terms are clear to you. Okay. Now we have to study the rectilinear motion. Now in rectilinear motion, we have to study the different type of motion. Yeah. In this lesson, we have to study basically the two different type of motion. One is the rectilinear motion and other one is the curvilinear motion. Okay. Now in rectilinear, let's start with the rectilinear motion. So in rectilinear motion, which are the different type of motion? Rectilinear motion. So let's consider one particle is moving along a straight line. Here now during this motion, the velocity of the particle may remain constant. If the velocity is constant, acceleration equal to 0. Yes. So during the motion, if the velocity is remain constant, then that motion is known as a uniform velocity motion. It is the uniform velocity motion, UVM, uniform velocity motion. The velocity is remain constant. Here acceleration will be 0, and when uniform velocity motion is there, the equation of motion, here remember, equation of motion. Here, abhi equation of motion matlab kya hai? Whenever I say that the equation of motion, find out the equation of motion. What does it mean? So equation of motion is nothing but the relation between the velocity, displacement, acceleration and time. यार ये जो different parameter of motion है उसमें का जब हम लोग relation लिखेंगे, then that relation is known as the equation of motion. Here, if any particle is moving with a uniform velocity, here the acceleration equal to 0. And how we can calculate the displacement or distance traveled by the particle? Here in this way I can say that the displacement is equal to the distance traveled, because when the particle is moving with a uniform velocity, जब तक velocity constant रहेगा, ये तब तक it cannot reverse its direction of motion. Okay, here, so in that case the displacement is equal to the distance traveled, and when the uniform velocity motion is there, how we can write down the displacement or distance traveled is S equal to V into T. This is the only one equation here which you can use for the uniform velocity motion. Yeah. The second case, here particle is moving along the straight line. Here, but during this motion, here the velocity varies. Here, but the velocity varies at a constant rate. It means that the acceleration is constant. Yes. So during the motion, if the acceleration is constant, then that motion is known as a uniform acceleration motion. Uniform acceleration motion. Here it is the UAM. And if any particle is moving with a uniform acceleration motion, here can you tell me which are the equation of motion? Which are the equation of motion which we can use for the uniform acceleration motion? Suppose one particle is moving along the straight line, the initial velocity is u. Initial velocity means the velocity at t equal to 0. And this particle is moving with at a constant acceleration, maybe positive, negative, but during that time of interval t, the acceleration is remain constant. Here now, if acceleration is remain constant and if it is a which is known to you, here what will be the velocity of the particle at time t? How you are going to calculate that?
V equal to U plus AT.
V plus AT.
Okay, so V equal to U plus AT. Okay, here what will be the displacement of the particle at time t? Here if I can
S equal to UT plus half AT square.
This distance becomes the displacement. How we can calculate that displacement? S equal to UT plus half AT square, isn't it? Here remember, you can use this S equal to UT plus half AT square. This is the equation of displacement. And if the particle is moving in the same direction, that displacement becomes the distance traveled. Okay, here, but this is not the distance traveled. And here by using this formula S equal to UT plus half AT square, remember, Here we are assuming that here the point from where it starts or the position at t equal to 0 is the origin. This equation always gives you the shortest distance from this starting point. It gives you the shortest distance from the starting point here, which is s equal to ut plus half at square. Here, if suppose agar ek person either if one person is standing here, okay, and one car is here, this is the position of the car, और ये car यहाँ से start हुआ, this is the position of the car at t equal to 0. But when I am writing the equation of displacement with respect to this person, when I study the displacement with respect to this person, here then I have to consider that initial displacement also. That initial displacement is the displacement of the particle at t equal to 0, which can be denoted by S0. S0 is the initial displacement. Here, if I consider this as the origin, here, then the total displacement at any time t can be written as S equal to S0 plus ut plus half at square. This is the initial displacement. This is the displacement of a particle at t equal to 0, and this is the displacement of the particle at t equal to t. Okay, so here we are assuming that S0 is 0 means the particle begins its motion from origin. Here the particle does not begin its motion from origin. It starts its motion from some other point. Okay, here, any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the second part, second type of rectilinear motion, which is a uniform acceleration motion. We have to use this formula S equal to ut plus half at square. Okay. And the third one is v square equal to u square plus 2as, third kinematic equation. Clear? So these equations are known as a kinematic equation, but you have to use this equation or equation of motion only when the acceleration is constant. Maybe positive or negative, but you have to use it only when the acceleration is constant. Clear? Now, this topic here, uniform velocity motion and uniform acceleration motion, already you have studied. Here, and if you go through your syllabus, yes, have got your syllabus? आपको आपके पास syllabus है आपका? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, I will upload on your Google Classroom. Okay, so that you can go through that syllabus. Okay. Now, in your syllabus, these both the type of motion, uniform velocity motion and uniform acceleration motions, are given for the self-study. Okay, clear? So based on this type of motion, uniform velocity motion and uniform acceleration motion, which you already have studied, is given for your self-study. Okay, and if you have any difficulty here, you can ask me the doubt here, but read carefully all the theory, the reading material I have given to you. Okay, so read that and try to solve that simplified question. Clear?
Sir.
बोलो.
Sir, what will be the portion for term test?
टर्म टेस्ट के लिए सेंट्रॉइड है, रिजल्टेंट एंड काइनेमेटिक ऑफ पार्टिकल, ये तीसरा लेसन, ये 3 लेसन रहेंगे यार. और टेस्ट के लिए इसमें का भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन मोशन जो सेल्फ स्टडी के लिए दिया है. ओके, सो यू शुड हैव दैट हैबिट टू सेल्फ स्टडी. यार रीड द क्वेश्चन, रीड द थ्योरी, सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन, न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चन ही सॉल्व करने का है. Yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask. I am ready to solve your doubt. Clear? But let not waste the time to teach all these topics.
Sir, एग्जाम में theoretical question आ सकता है?
नहीं, theory question कुछ नहीं आएगा. Only numerical. Okay. Clear? अगर MCQ रहेगा, here MCQ will be there. So in MCQ there may be some theory question. यार बट लेकिन जो डिस्क्रिप्टिव है उसमें थ्योरी कुछ नहीं आएगा, ओनली न्यूमेरिकल.
ओके सर.
ओके, देन थर्ड टाइप ऑफ मोशन यार, व्हेन द पार्टिकल इज मूविंग अलोंग द स्ट्रेट लाइन. यार पहले हमने देखा था व्हेन एक्सेलरेशन वाज 0, दैट वाज द यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी मोशन. द सेकंड एक्सेलरेशन इज रिमेन कांस्टेंट. यार that is known as a uniform acceleration motion. And the third one is here one particle is moving along this straight line such that during the motion the acceleration varies. Here acceleration is not constant. Here ये vary होता है. Okay, it may be the function of time t. Here acceleration vary होता है. Here, for example, one particle is moving along this straight line such that the acceleration equal to 0.5 t. So this becomes the variable acceleration motion. Here, this motion is known as a variable acceleration motion. Variable acceleration motion. In short, I am going to denote it as a VAM, variable acceleration motion. Okay, here A equal to 0.5 t. Example, just an example. So at t equal to 0, acceleration is 0. At t equal to 1, acceleration is 0.5. At t equal to 2, acceleration is 1, and so on. This acceleration vary हो रहा है. It changes linearly with respect to the time. Okay, so when the acceleration varies, the motion is known as a variable acceleration motion. Now suppose the initial velocity of the particle is u here, and if I want to calculate the velocity of this particle at t equal to 10 seconds, okay, then for variable acceleration motion you cannot use this equation v equal to u plus at. Remember, this equation here is derived only, or you can use only for the uniform acceleration motion. Understood? Here if the particle starts from rest, u equal to 0. Here, so u equal to 0, then a equal to, now we have to calculate the velocity at t equal to 10. So if I substitute t equal to 10 here, the acceleration becomes 5. Here and t equal to 10. So you cannot use it like this. Here, in fact, this formula is not applicable at all for the variable acceleration motion. Here, then if there is a variable acceleration motion, how to calculate the velocity or displacement? Here, how to solve the sum when there is a variable acceleration motion? Here, but before that, have you understood the difference between the uniform acceleration motion and the variable acceleration motion? Yes, that formula you cannot use here. Uniform acceleration का जो formula है, free kinematic equation, you cannot use it here. Then how to write down the equation of motion for the variable acceleration motion? Okay, therefore, third type of motion is a variable acceleration motion, VAM. Now, name itself indicates that here during this motion the acceleration vary, and when the acceleration vary, how to write down the equation of motion? Here, now first I am going to explain you the theory, and for solving the same procedure you have to follow. Here, now before explaining this procedure or how to write down the equation of motion for the variable acceleration motion, let me tell you one thing. Here I already told you that the velocity is the rate of change of displacement. Which if you know the equation of displacement, here अगर आपने उसको differentiate किया तो you will get the equation of velocity. Here similarly the acceleration can be written as dv by dt. It is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Here, then this dv by dt can be written as here dv by ds into ds by dt. Here I have split that. Here, then this ds by dt can be written as v. So acceleration can also be written as v into dv by ds. Here, so we can write v equal to ds by dt, or a equal to dv by dt, or we can write down a equal to v into dv by ds. Okay, just remember. It means that if we know the equation of velocity as a function of time t, अगर उसको differentiate किया तो आपको acceleration का equation मिलेगा. Here, अगर displacement के equation को अगर differentiate किया तो you will get the equation of velocity. Here, reverse is also true. If you integrate the equation of velocity, you will get the equation of displacement. If you integrate the equation of acceleration, you will get the equation of velocity. Understood? Here, now how to write down that equation, that I am going to tell you, and for that you have to remember this simple 3 points. Yeah. Now here it is a variable acceleration motion. Yeah, during the motion the acceleration varies. Yeah, and when the acceleration varies, it will vary or it may vary with respect to some other parameter. Here, let's consider the case here when the particle is moving along the straight line, here such that the acceleration varies with respect to time t. Yeah, means the case 1. Which is the case 1 when acceleration is a function of time t. Let's say these are the equation number 1, which is the given equation. Here, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, a equal to 0.5 t here, or a equal to 2 t square, or a equal to 2 into log of t. Here it may be any function. Okay, here, but since the t acceleration varies with respect to t, in general I am written as acceleration is a function of time t. Here it may be any function. Here linear function, quadratic, cubic, logarithmic, trigonometric, exponential. It may be any function. Here now I am writing from this one I am explaining you how we can write down the equation of velocity and displacement at any time t. Here let the initial velocity is u. Okay, you cannot use v equal to u plus at here because that formula is for the very uniform acceleration motion. Yeah. Now how to write down the equation of velocity? Now since we have to write down the equation of velocity, let's replace this a by dv by dt. Replace this a by dv by dt because we have to write down the equation of velocity. So let's replace this a by dv by dt, which is equal to f of t. Now separate the variables. Here, or this equation itself you can integrate with respect to t. That will also do. Here, integrating with respect to t. So equation become integration of dv by dt into dt equal to f of t into dt. So this dt gets cancelled and you will get integration of dv equal to integration of f of t dt. Okay, or what I can do, separate the variables. Separate the variables means v का term एक side में ले लो, t का term एक side में ले लो. Clear? So dv equal to f of t into dt, and then integrating both sides. Okay. Here now, if I solve this integration, here left hand side it is the integration of dv, so I will get v. Here which is equal to integration of f of t dt. Yes. Now if I simplify this, I will get some another function of time t. Here let's denote it as a g of t. Generalize, I am writing it as generalized क्योंकि ये function कौन सा है that I don't know. Here अगर ये linear है तो accordingly आएगा, अगर logarithmic function है तो accordingly integration आएगा. That will solve while solving the sum. इस generalize में मैं क्या लिखता हूँ, अगर आपने इसका integration solve किया तो you will get some another function of time t plus constant of integration. Don't forget to write this constant of integration. Okay, and I will not suggest to make this indefinite integral as a definite integral. Yeah, we have to write down the equation of motion, so call it as a definite only. Yeah, so v equal to g of t plus c. Yeah, so from this acceleration equation we got the velocity equation, but in that velocity equation there is one constant of integration c. Now the question is to get the generalized equation of the velocity as a function of time t. Yeah, this becomes another equation of motion. This was the first equation of motion. This was this is another equation of motion. Now, to get the generalized equation of the velocity as a function of time t, I need to calculate this constant of integration c. And how to get that constant of integration c? कैसे मिलेगा constant of integration? So constant of integration by using some boundary condition. Yeah, you have to get that constant of integration by using some boundary condition. What is the boundary condition? Using boundary condition.
substitute कर देंगे sir.
Boundary condition. Clear? A boundary condition means we'll substitute the known limits here of that motion. Okay, means for this equation, which is the velocity as a function of time, yeah, for this equation to get this constant of integration, we use the boundary condition as the known value of the velocity at the known time t. During this motion, yeah, जो भी आपको conditions पता है, that you will substitute in this equation and you will get the value of constant c. Okay, here normally if nothing is given, boundary conditions are not given, so let's assume the boundary condition. Remember, in this variable acceleration motion, अगर boundary conditions दिया नहीं है तो you have to assume the boundary condition. Here, और क्या assume करने का है boundary condition? Here, so in that case you have to always assume that the particles start from rest. You have to always assume that the particles start from rest. If the particles start from rest, it means that at t equal to 0, ये rest से start हो रहा है, मतलब at t equal to 0 उसका velocity कितना हो गया? 0. Yeah, so you can use this boundary condition at t equal to 0, v equal to 0 if the boundary conditions are not given. This becomes one boundary condition. Here, and what will be the second boundary condition? Yeah, so if boundary conditions are not given, always assume that the point from where it starts its motion, that point itself as an origin. Yeah, so अगर यहाँ से start हुआ, this is the position at t equal to 0, जहाँ से particle start हुआ, Yes, means at t equal to 0, the particle is at origin. And since at t equal to 0, the particle is at origin, so at t equal to 0, what will be its displacement? Since it is at origin,
0.
it will be
Zero.
0. Here, so you can use this boundary condition. Here, if boundary conditions are not given to calculate this constant of integration, you can use this boundary condition. In that one, we are assuming that the particles start from rest from the origin. Particles start from rest from the origin. Okay, here. Now let's use that boundary condition here. If I substitute that boundary condition here, let c equal to 0. It may be 0, it may have some numerical value, depends. Okay, so I am assuming that it is 0. So if it is 0, and if you substitute that, the generalized equation will be v equal to g of t and c is 0. So this is another equation of motion. Okay, here ये same procedure you have to follow while solving the sum. कौन सा भी equation देने दो, here उसको replace this a by dv by dt, separate the variables, integrate करो and calculate the constant of integration by using the boundary condition. Yeah, this gives you the equation of velocity as a function of time t. By substituting this time t in this equation, we will get the corresponding velocity. Now I want to write down the equation of displacement. Now to write down the equation of displacement, same procedure you have to follow. Only here this v, we know that v equal to ds by dt. So just replace this v by ds by dt. So if I replace this v by ds by dt, which is equal to g of t, then again separate the variable. So ds equal to g of t into dt. c का term एक side में ले लो, s का term एक side में ले लो. Here and then integrating both sides. If I integrate both sides, I will get s as some next function of t. Here, let's consider it as a phi t plus some another constant of integration. Let it is c1. यहाँ पे c use किया तो let it is c1. Okay, here, any doubt? Any doubt? So s is equal to phi of t plus c1. Now here also use boundary condition to find c1. Use boundary condition to find c1. Now here the equation is in terms of s and t. So the boundary condition should also be in terms of s and t. Okay, so you can assume that if boundary conditions are not given, you can assume that the particle starts from origin, or from where it starts, that point itself you can consider as the origin. If you can consider the boundary condition as at t equal to 0, s equal to 0. Substituting that equation, you will get the value of c1 here, and the general equation can be written as s equal to phi of t. Let c1 is also equal to 0. Here, so this gives you the equation of displacement. Here, so this is one method when acceleration is a function of time. Okay, for variable acceleration motion. This is the case 1. Now, when the particle is moving along the straight line, here the another case may be the acceleration may be the function of displacement. Here, what will be the another case? Case 2. Acceleration varies, but it may vary as a function of displacement. Acceleration may be a function of displacement. Here, now if the acceleration is a function of displacement, how to get the another equation? This also become one equation of motion. Now, if acceleration is a function of velocity, displacement, and if I want to calculate the velocity at any time t, okay, here what I will do, for that I want to get the equation of v and t. How I can get the equation of v and t? So remember, when acceleration is given as a function of f, and if you want to find out the velocity at any time t, yes, so I need to get the equation between v and t. But whenever acceleration is given as a function of displacement, don't replace this a by dv by dt. A को dv by dt से replace मत करो. Here, because in this equation there will be the three variables, s भी आएगा, v भी आएगा और t आएगा. Here, just remember one thing, there should not be the three variables. Here, that's why whenever the acceleration is given as a function of displacement, here we can replace this a by v into dv by ds. V into dv by ds, which is equal to f of s. Here, same procedure you have to follow. Here, the next step is separate the variables. V into dv equal to f of s into ds. I separated the variables. V का term एक side में लिया, s का term दूसरे side में लिया. Integrating both sides. And if we simplify this, here now you may say that sir, इसका integration g square upon 2 आएगा. Clear, but I am writing it in generalized form. Clear? So if I want, if I write it in generalized form, I will get v as some another function of displacement plus constant of integration c. You will get some such type of equation. Okay, I consider it as a v square upon 2 equal to, let it is f1 of or g of s plus c. Here I will take this 2 over here, and for v it will be under root. Ultimately it becomes a function of s only. Yes, I have written it like this. Here, so this is the another equation. Now here also you have to use the boundary condition to get that constant of integration. But this equation is in terms of v and s, so boundary conditions should also be in terms of v and s. v और t का boundary condition इसके लिए नहीं चलेगा. Okay, yes, so v is a function of s, so you require the boundary conditions or limits in terms of v and s only. So this will be the second equation. But I want to find out the v as a function of time t. I have the two equations now, but none of the equations is in terms of v and t. Here, in fact, दोनों में से कोई भी equation में अभी तक t ही introduce नहीं हुआ. Yeah, so with the help of these two equations, I cannot calculate the velocity or time. Sorry, velocity at any particular time. I required one more equation. Here, and to get this equation, I am going to replace this v by ds by dt. Here, so it is ds by dt, which is equal to g of s. Again, separate the variables. Here it is ds upon g of s, s का term एक side में लिया, which is equal to dt. Integrating both sides, here you will get v as, sorry, s as some function of time t plus constant of integration c1. Again, use the boundary condition and find out the value of c1. Okay, this is known as the third kinematic equation of motion. Here, when the particle is moving with this acceleration. So these are the three kinematic equations. So with the help of these three, can we calculate the velocity at any time t? I got the three equations, but still none of the equations is directly in terms of v in terms of t or v as a function of time t. But with the help of these three equations, I can manage. How? Here, suppose if I want to calculate the velocity at t equal to 10 seconds. So what I will do, I will substitute this t equal to 10 seconds in this equation. I will get the corresponding displacement. This will give the displacement at t equal to 10 seconds. And let's substitute this displacement in this equation, you will get the corresponding velocity. So ultimately this becomes the velocity at t equal to 10 seconds. Here no need to write down the fourth kinematic equation directly in terms of v and t. No need. With the help of these three, we can solve. लेकिन अगर आपको लिखने का ही है, if you want to write down the equation of v in terms of time t, then how we can write? Can you tell me how I can write down the equation of velocity as a function of time t? So to write down that equation of v as a function of time t, now I have one equation h as a function of time t. A generalized equation मेरे पास है. Okay. Now with the help of this equation, I can get the equation of velocity. I know that if I differentiate the equation of displacement with respect to t, I will get the equation of velocity. Here, so we know that v equal to ds by dt. So if I differentiate this equation with respect to t, I will get the velocity. Here, let it is f dash t. Okay. Here, if we differentiate here, now substitute t equal to 10 seconds in this equation, you will get the velocity. Okay, directly relation between v and t. Here, but no need to write down this. If required, you can do here, but with the help of these two equations only, we can get the answer. Any doubt?
सर
हाँ.
ये थर्ड इक्वेशन में t इक्वल टू समथिंग है ना, t इक्वल टू समथिंग है ना.
हाँ, इसमें t इक्वल टू सब्स्टिट्यूट है, यह तो सब्स्टिट्यूट t इक्वल टू 10 सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो corresponding displacement मिलेगा. And if you substitute this displacement here, you will get a corresponding velocity. I don't understand your question.
Sir, integration of dt is t now over your third equation.
नहीं. It is a general equation. It is a general equation. Yes, it is t. यार, लेकिन ये भी तो कुछ फंक्शन आएगा ना. ये भी इंटीग्रेशन आपको सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा. इसका इंटीग्रेशन यस नहीं है. Okay. Suppose if it is gf is simple f है, so it becomes ds upon s, which is equal to it is dt. Suppose ऐसा आता है. Then what will be the integration of 1 upon s with respect to s? What is the integration of 1 upon s with respect to s? It becomes log s. It becomes log s which is equal to t plus c. Here, or you can write down s equal to e raised to power t plus some constant like this. Here ऐसे इक्वेशन आएगा ना, isn't it? यही मैंने जनरलाइज फॉर्म में लिखा, s is equal to some function of time t. It may be the exponential function. Are you getting my point? I am just explaining you the procedure. When we solve the form, आपको ऐसे ही solve करने का है कि जो फंक्शन है accordingly you have to take its integration. Okay. Whose mic is on? Who is that fellow? Okay. Now the third case, when the acceleration is a function of velocity. When acceleration is a function of velocity. Ryan, unmute your mic. Now, when acceleration is a function of velocity, third case, yeah, this is the case 3. When acceleration is a function of velocity. Now, this is the equation number 1. Now, from this one, how to get the other equation? Procedure same hai. Okay. Now, when the acceleration is a function of velocity, you can solve it by using the two different ways. You can replace this a by dv by dt. अगर acceleration को replace किया by dv by dt से, so equation becomes dv by dt equal to f of v. Only two variables are there in the equation. Or you can replace this a by v into dv by dx, which is equal to f of v. यार ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. इसमें भी दो वेरिएबल, इसमें भी दो वेरिएबल. यार, but if you solve it further, यार, if I simplify this, if I separate the variables dv upon f of v equal to dt, integrating both sides. If I integrate, I will get v as some another function of time t plus c. Same case. जो लास्ट टाइम का सॉल्व किया था वैसा ही है. यार, नाउ डोंट टेल कि सर वो इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ dt का t आएगा. Okay, I'm writing it in generalized form. Yeah, so you will get this v as a function of time t plus some constant of integration. Again, you have to use the boundary conditions. Now, these boundary conditions are in terms of v and t. You will get this t. Let t equal to 0. So this is the first equation. This is the second equation, which gives you v as a function of time t. Understood? Here means if acceleration is given as a function of velocity, and if you replace this acceleration by dv by dt, you will get v as a function of time t. Whereas if you replace this a by v into dv by df, and if you solve, let's see what will happen. Yeah, so if I separate the variable, so v into dv upon f of v equal to df. If I integrate on both sides, here, and if I simplify this in generalize, I will get v as some another function of displacement plus constant boundary conditions for I, guys. Yeah. So if you replace this a by v into dv by df, you will get v as a function of displacement. If you replace this a by dv by dt, you will get v as a function of time t. Okay, which depends on which equation do you want. Okay, whether you want the equation in terms of v and s or v and t, so accordingly you have to solve. If I solve it further, what will happen? If I replace this v by ds by dt equal to g of t, if I separate the variable ds equal to g of t into dt, and if I integrate both sides, I will get s as some another function of time. Let it is f of t plus constant. वो constant integration भूलने का ही नहीं. Here, and you have to use the boundary condition for this. So you will get s as a function of time t. इसको अगर integrate करता हूँ तो. Now what will happen here? If I replace this v by ds by dt, which is equal to g of s, if I separate the variable, so ds upon g of s equal to dt, and integrate on both sides. If I integrate, I will get f as some another function of time t plus some constant boundary condition. Everything will be same here. So this is the third kinematic equation for that motion. Now, if you observe that, if you solve it by this method or if you solve by this method, the final equation will remain same. Understood? Here, अगर मैंने इसको इंटीग्रेट इसको अगर डिफरेंशिएट किया v इक्वल टू ds by dt, अगर ये फंक्शन इक्वेशन को डिफरेंशिएट किया, I will get f dash t, and this equation and this equation, these both will remain same. Okay, so in this question doesn't make any difference whether you are replacing this A by dv by dt or V into dv by dr. Here, solve karte jao, there you will get the answer. Only sometimes you need to differentiate, sometimes you need to integrate. Here, so the topic is very simple. You don't have to remember some certain formulas or something like that. Standard procedure, you have to follow that procedure. Here, depending on which function is given, according to that you have to solve the sum. Here, and sometimes you have to integrate, sometimes you have to differentiate. अभी यहाँ पे मैंने consider किया in all the three cases acceleration का function दिया है, acceleration का equation दिया है. Sometimes the equation of velocity would have been given. Here v equal to t square plus 2t. Here one particle is moving along the straight line such that its equation is varying like such that its velocity varying like this. And it may ask to calculate the acceleration and displacement at t equal to 10 seconds. Okay, now to find out the acceleration and displacement at t equal to 10 seconds, you need to calculate the equation of acceleration and equation of displacement. Now to get the equation of acceleration from velocity, how I can get? So I know that A equal to dv by dt. So if I differentiate this equation with respect to t, A equal to dv by dt. If I differentiate this equation with respect to t, so A equal to 2t plus 2. So this becomes the acceleration equation. 2t plus 2, equation of acceleration. Substitute that t equal to 10 seconds in this equation, you will get the corresponding acceleration at t equal to 10 seconds. And how to get the displacement from the equation of velocity? So ये velocity की equation को integrate करो. Here, but instead of integrating it directly, I suggest you here you replace this v by ds by dt, which is equal to t square plus 2t. Then separate the variable ds equal to t square plus 2t into dt, and then you integrate on both sides. Here you will get s as a function of time t, and after simplifying this, substitute t equal to 10, you will get the corresponding displacement. Then sometimes you have to differentiate, sometimes you have to integrate. Okay. Now, how to differentiate and integrate, or when to differentiate and integrate? So remember, if I consider these three terms, acceleration, velocity, and displacement. Now, from the equation of acceleration, if you want to get the equation of velocity, you have to integrate. Acceleration से अगर velocity का equation find out करने का है तो you have to integrate. Then from the equation of velocity to displacement, again integrate. On the other hand, if you know the equation of displacement, and from the equation of displacement, if you want to get the equation of velocity, then you have to differentiate this. And from the equation of velocity, to get the equation of acceleration, you have to again differentiate. Okay, here so this you have to remember, but while integrating, don't integrate the equation directly. Instead of that, replace that A by dv by dt or V into dv by df. Similarly, replace the velocity in terms of ds by dt, then separate the variables and solve the sum. Okay, here the same procedure you have to follow by solving the sum. Okay, now we'll solve few questions on this variable acceleration motion 1 or 2. Page number 15. I hope all of you got this Xerox. Question bank of Xerox. Those who don't have the Xerox, get the Xerox of the question bank. Because I am not going to dictate the question. Second question, this is question number 2, page number 15. What is given? The acceleration of a particle moving along a straight line is represented by the relation A equal to 30 minus 4.5x square. Here x is the displacement. This here acceleration is given as a function of displacement. Okay. Then it is, so particle is moving along the straight line. Here an acceleration is given this one. If you will observe that acceleration is a function of displacement, मतलब जैसे displacement change होगा वैसे acceleration का magnitude change होगा. So this becomes the variable acceleration motion. And once it is decided that it is a variable acceleration motion, don't use that kinematic equation of uniform acceleration motion. S equal to ut plus rpt square, that is not applicable over here. Okay. Then what is given? Next, it is given that this particle starts with zero initial velocity at x equal to 0. At start, listen, in the question, whenever it is given that at start, it means that at t equal to 0. Now it is given that it starts from rest. That means at t equal to 0, v equal to 0. And when it starts, displacement equal to 0. Means it starts from origin. So this, it is given. So these are the boundary conditions. Here means which boundary conditions are given? At t equal to 0, x equal to 0 and v equal to 0. This you can use as a boundary condition. जैसा required रहेगा वैसा boundary condition आप use कर सकते हैं. Determine. What you have to determine? What you have to find out? A. The velocity when x equal to 3 meter. You have to calculate the velocity of this particle when its displacement is equal to 3 meter. You have to calculate the velocity when displacement is equal to 3 meter. B. You have to find out the position. Find out the position when the velocity is again 0. Listen, at x equal to 0, the velocity is 0. That we know. But after a certain time, see, again the velocity becomes 0. You have to find out what will be the position. Now, position is what? Displacement. Yes, when I explain you displacement, at that time itself I told you that. Here, the displacement is what? It is the instantaneous position of the particle. Yeah. So in this question, instead of asking the find out the displacement, it is asked to calculate the position. So position means the displacement. So you have to calculate the displacement when velocity again becomes 0. The word is again. Here, अगर इतना ही देते हैं कि find out the displacement when velocity is 0, तो ये ही आंसर है. Here at x equal to 0, v equal to 0. But it is asked again. इसके बाद में और सब ऐसा situation आता है. At what displacement, at what position, there is a situation when velocity becomes 0. So you have to calculate the displacement when velocity is 0. Here and C, you have to find out the position. Again, you have to calculate the position means the displacement when the velocity is maximum. This is the position when velocity is 0. Now you have to find out the position when v equal to v max. During this motion, at what position the velocity of the particle becomes maximum. And also find out that maximum velocity. Here also find that maximum velocity. Yeah, this is the question which you have to solve. Okay. Now, you have to calculate the velocity at x equal to 3 meter. So don't use that v square equal to u square plus 2as formula. That is not applicable because it is a variable acceleration motion. Now, when variable acceleration motion is there, you have to write down the kinematic equation. Now, I want velocity when x equal to 3 meter, so I want to get the relation between v and x. क्या दिया है? Acceleration is given as a function of displacement. 30 minus 4.5 x square, say equation number 1. And from this one, I have to get the equation of velocity now. Now, when I explain you the second case, then acceleration is a function of displacement. Okay, and in that case, I told you that replace this acceleration by v into dv by dx. dv by dt से replace मत करो. अगर सब में x दिया है displacement के लिए तो you have to use x. अगर s दिया है तो you have to use s. So here v into dv by dx is the acceleration which is equal to 30 minus 4.5 x square. I said replace this a by v into dv by dx. Don't replace it by dv by dt. If you replace it dv by dt, then there will be the 3 variables. We don't want 3 variables. और dv by dt में replace किया तो आपको ये relation भी नहीं मिलेगा in terms of v and x. So I want the relation between v and x. That's why I replace this a by v into dv by dx. और easiest method इतना ही याद रखो कि ये equation में 3 variable नहीं आना चाहिए. That's all. Okay. Then separate the variable v into dv equal to 30 minus 4.5 x square into dx. Separate किया, x का term एक side में लिया, v का term एक side में लिया. Okay. The next step is integrating both sides. Integration हो गया. Here now integrate it. अभी देखो जब मैंने जनरलाइज प्रोसीजर एक्सप्लेन किया था तो मैंने ऐसा बोला था कि आपको ये इंटीग्रेट सॉल्व करने के बाद में आपको रिलेशन मिलेगा v एज अ फंक्शन ऑफ x. जनरलाइज में लिखा था. लेकिन अभी नाउ यू हैव टू सॉल्व द सम, सो यू हैव टू सॉल्व इट प्रॉपर इंटीग्रेशन. या नाउ सॉल्व इट integrating on both sides. Now you solve it. Here now integration of v into dv. So it is v square upon 2, which is equal to this term we are integrating with respect to x. So it is 30x minus 4.5 x cube upon 3 plus some constant integration c. Let me know if somewhere if I made a mistake in integration or derivative. You are in touch with that integration and derivative. I am not in that much touch with the derivative and integration. Here, so please let me know if I am wrong. Okay, so this got one equation in terms of v and x. Here, so we have to calculate the velocity at x equal to 3 meter. We can do this, but before that we have to calculate this constant of integration c. And for that you have to use the boundary condition. Boundary conditions are given. Now this equation is in terms of v and x. So we want the boundary condition in terms of v and x only. And it is given. Here it is given that when the particle is at origin, that is when x equal to 0, it starts from rest, that is v equal to 0. That boundary conditions are known to you. Now if I substitute this boundary condition in this equation, so it is 0 equal to 0 minus 0 plus c, and hence c is also equal to 0. Let again substitute that c equal to 0 in this equation. So equation becomes v square upon 2 equal to 30x minus 4.5 x cube upon 3. अगर simplify करने का है तो 2 वो साइड में लेके जाओ. So v square equal to 60x minus 9 by 3. It is 3. So that is 3x cube. This is the equation of velocity. See it as equation number 2. We got the velocity as a function of displacement, जिसके से पहला आंसर मिल जाएगा, even second आंसर भी मिल जाएगा. Okay. Yes. Now we have to calculate the velocity when displacement equal to 3 meter. The first one. You have to calculate the velocity when displacement equal to 3 meter. So substitute x equal to 3 meter in this equation. So equation number 2 can be written as, it is v square equal to, it is 60 into 3 minus 3 into 3 cube. Solve this. Use your calculator and tell me the velocity. I don't have a calculator or I don't have a solution. Tell me. Calculate this. I hope that everybody is having the calculator. कैलकुलेटर यूज करने का भी प्रैक्टिस करो. So it is 60 multiplied by 3 minus
9.95.
How much?
9.95 meter per second.
कितना आता है?
9.95.
Just 1 minute, sir. Yes, 9.95. 9.95 meter per second is the velocity of the particle when displacement equal to 3 meter. Any doubt? Have you understood this first part? Now second part, you have to calculate the displacement when velocity is 0. Again use the same b. You have to calculate the displacement when velocity is 0. So substitute v equal to 0 in this equation. So from the equation number 2, I can write down 0 equal to 60x minus 3x cube. Simplify this. So 0 equal to, from these two terms, I will take x common. So it is 60 minus 3x square. Here means either x equal to 0 or 60 minus 3x square equal to 0. So what is x? In this second part, calculate. Use your calculator. 3x square equal to 60. X square equal to 60 by 3. That is 20. Here, so x equal to root 20. 4.47. So x equal to 4.47 meter. It is a displacement. So at this displacement, यहाँ पे देखो, the particle start from rest. यहाँ से start हुआ. Here and particle is moving in this direction. Here once it goes at x equal to 4.47 meter, again उसका velocity 0 हो रहा है. Again its velocity becomes 0. Okay. Here you will observe that here why it happens like this. The reason is that अगर आपने acceleration का equation देखा तो it is 30 minus 4.5 x square. जब x का value छोटा रहेगा, when the value of x is smaller, here this term is positive. Okay, and when this term is positive, acceleration positive, means the velocity will go on increasing. But as the velocity goes on increasing, the displacement also goes on increasing. And when the displacement goes on certain value, this term becomes greater than this term. Yeah, and hence after that, the acceleration will be negative. And hence again the velocity goes on decreasing, and one step becomes when the velocity becomes 0. Understood? Here have understood this concept? ये ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है करके? Okay. Now during this motion, now up to certain time, there is a positive acceleration, so velocity increases. After that, there is a negative acceleration, the velocity decreases, and finally it becomes zero. So the velocity becomes zero at x equal to 4.47 meter. Here we got the answer of second also. Here, any doubt till now? Any doubt? Now the C part, we have to calculate the displacement when velocity is maximum. Here during this motion, here at certain time the velocity is maximum. So at what displacement the velocity is maximum, that you have to calculate. Okay. Now we have the equation of velocity. मेरे पास velocity का equation है v square equal to 60x minus 3x cube. ये generalized equation है v as a function of x. मेरे पास ऐसा equation है v as a function of x. अभी मुझे इसमें से x find out करने का है when v equal to v max. कैसे find out करेंगे? How I can get the displacement when v equal to v max?
हेलो सर,
हाँ
मैथ्स के लेक्चर के लिए मैम बुला रही है सर.
हाँ चलेगा चलेगा. We'll stop here. You can.
Sir, can you solve for this homework?
You can take it for homework, or next time I will explain.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.